Okay, let's do another one. Guys, so we talked about these were from the sycamore tree, and these are their seed pods, and they're varied stages. These are from last year. These are from last year, and then the seed pods for this year are still up in the tree. You can see them growing. I don't know, Elliot, if you can come close in on that for us. That is, you can see the seed. So the seed is a little bit like this, and then it has a part like this. It's all very light, and so the air can blow it. Now those are inside. That's what these, we call them itchy bombs, because look at the different stages that they are. First they're kind of green, it's a big round ball, and then they get like this where they're dried out and they kind of shrink down a little bit. They're quite small. This one's just like a round ball, a pokey ball. And then they get like this where they're dried up. You can see how dried up they get. And then this feathery stuff, and this feathery stuff I believe is where the seeds are, but no, it's not in there. So the seeds may be before that feathery stuff. But I thought we could quickly draw those. Since we've done acorns, we've done our acorns over here, we've done our helicopters from the maple trees, and now these all I just gathered in the yard. And now I thought we could do these itchy bombs. Now these are kind of hard to do because look, they're pokey, but they're also just a round circle. How do you draw all those single little lines to make those pokey things? That's kind of hard. So we're going to try to do it with our paint. And here is one that's not attached. So we could just draw a line. We could just draw, a circle like that, and try to draw some spiky things out. And then with our paint get that same look. Or let's just start more like this in a circle and see if we can get it to look like that. Okay, so let's give it a quick go. The other thing I wanted you to see is there's a variance in color, and I think that's how we'll achieve what we want to do. I see some greens and yellows, golds inside before the pokies. The pokies look kind of orangey and brown to me. And then this has a rust color, which would include some browns, some beiges and yellows. So with our different colors, let's just very quickly give a little bit of color to our pictures. This stuff, the feathery stuff, this might be a nice way to kind of show that. And one of the ways is to have the ends not all be in the same place. But that's we'll just have that be our beginning color. We're going to try to see if we can't get other color on there, but we have to let some dry, and I can't remember. I think I have my heat gun in here. I'll plug it in and see if we need to get it to dry faster, we can try using that. So some of my paints were kind of wet already, but this is dry paper again, just like we've been doing. And the paints are wet, we're adding some color to them. So that, I think, will be a beginning starting point for those. Let's see what we can do about these. I think this is a good color to start inside here, because that's kind of what I'm seeing in there. And I don't need the color everywhere because I think there's a variance there. Let's bring in some browns for these. Look at this. I love that stem. Look how curvy it is and dried it is. This one has a little bit more texture on it. but it's pretty darn fun to just draw a line and kind of make it curvy, a little snake-like or however, but it's really, I like to do stems. They're so simple, but they're just also have such a lovely look to them. My neighbor was just edging his lawn, and it sure is noisy. I can hear it clear in here when that happens. Now I'm coming back in and I'm just making, in this base color, I'm kind of making some little dots or just trying to bring in another color. Now move on to this one, which is very similar to these on the leaf. I apologize about that, but what we're going to have to do is just let that ride out. I'm not going to answer it here. So, ooh, it's a lot darker than I was anticipating. There we go. I think that that's a good color to start, but remember in watercolor we wanted to do our light and then build up to the dark, and I've just put a dark color in here, so I apologize, guys. This is hold on, I'm going to have to take lucky this. I've got Elliot able to edit for us. That phone call kind of took us away from this painting. So let me get back to it and hopefully see if he can't splice them together so that it's one continuous video here. Apologize for that. I should have taken my phone so that we couldn't hear it ring. But when I heard it ring and then I could see the number that was calling, I knew I needed to pick it up, so I apologize. Okay, so let's just see if we can't get some feathering or feather looking onto the edges here. And if you can see, I'm just trying to make it so the edges are not so that they're a little bit spiky rather than smooth. And it looks like it's working really well. If your paintbrush has some color on it, but the color is very dry, and that way it doesn't blend out so that it blends into what color's already there. So again, I'm just mentioning, so the brush is really dry now, quite dry, but has some paint on it, and we're just using the tip of the brush to kind of make these little points that we're seeing, or spikies. Now, I mentioned that we call these itchy bombs when the kids were little, because see, they get all fluffy like this, and then they start to break off, and if you get them against your skin, they are very, very itchy. So we're looking at the seed pods to a sycamore tree, but we call them itchy bombs. So I know all you grandkids, I'm pretty sure you guys have all got the itchies on you, but for sure, all of the kids have had the itchies on them from these itchy bombs. Now in the craft world, sometimes they take these kind of things and they spray them gold. And when the kids are older, you guys will all laugh because Russ said one day, who knew we had $1 million gold mine in our backyard? Referring to all these little itchy bombs. When they were little, they didn't know they were worth anything. Well, and they're still really not, but that's pretty funny. Okay, the video is going to go too long if I take my time to finish these out and make them how I've been showing you, but I think you guys can make yours the way we're talking. It's just going to take you a little bit more time because you're doing little teeny color parts at a time with your brushes quite dry, and you're just trying to make those little lines. So have fun. This guy needed just a little bit more work, but I don't know how long this is going, and I don't know if it's worth showing the time for. So love you guys. Have fun painting. Again, always show me. Oh, what did we almost forget? Let's sign our work. Okay, guys. Love you tons. Have a great day painting. Send your work my way if you can, and I love to see it. Bye-bye.